gig on Saturday, got a lot of learning to do for it, but there's a lot of disco in there. It's an in-ear gig, so I wanted to show you my FM9 preset that I'm going to be using for that. Hopefully that'll be interesting. If you want to check out this preset and the layout associated, jump into the Gumroad folder. We can grab all of my presets for a £5. Okay, I got a gig on Saturday which involves quite a lot of kind of disco-y stuff and a set list which is quite unusual in that it's a lot of like Motown and bits and pieces like that. So I wanted to have a little look at my FM9 preset, which I think I'm going to use for this because it's in direct in-ear gig, so won't be any reason to take an amp and all that sort of stuff. These videos are brought to you by G66 UK, which is your place in the UK to grab an FM3, FM9 or XFX3 with no wait list and a UK service centre. So, in general, first of all, I guess I'll show you my general kind of vibe for this stuff. So I've got my clean. Here I've got a large spring reverb. Mix is at 5%. That maybe might come down a bit, but probably that's about where I'll leave it, because if it's an in-ear gig you don't want too much in the way of spring, but it is an in-ear gig, I don't want it to be too dry. So just a very basic clean. I got a clean 2 which involves call this clean wet, because that's very much doing that kind of thing. Then rhythm, sorry, for the cleans I'm actually using just a normal channel of the Fender Twin, and then yeah, for the rhythms, because we got clean, just the Twin, then we got a rhythm, which is kind of like a cranked Dumble HRM. This is yeah, based on a real Dumble that Cliff owns, the lucky boy. Gain at 9.13, overdrive at 8.58, and then the tone stack kind of halfway. Presence at 3. The cab here is doing some work, so we've got cuts at around 4K hertz, and high slope at 6 dB. Because it's an in-ear gig. Just to kind of tidy that up. So that kind of thing. Then for lead, I kick on compressor, delay, reverb, and enhance is where I'm actually getting the boost from. So alternate lead kicks on the blues OD in front. So, all good news there, and there's a rhythm here with the delay as well. The idea with those is to be super kind of wet in general. Then I can, so I'll show you the layout actually, because you can see it here. I can switch between scenes 1 to 6. So 1 has 2 rhythm tones on it, so the rhythm and the rhythm with the delay. 2 has 2 leads on it, so you can either have the main lead or the alternate lead, and then 3 has the clean and the alternate clean, i.e. the wet clean. So as you can see, rhythm tones, lead tones, clean tones. Quite simple in that way. They're set up to toggle between primary and secondary scenes. You can set it up to say the name. If you set it to destination name, that might be a pretty accurate way to have it set. So I'm on clean right now, it'll say clean wet. If I'm on lead, when I press lead, it will say alt lead. You know, but it's super flexible in that way. Let's jump back to clean. Okay, and then on this side, what I decided to do is add like a palette of effects here. So I can have a phaser. You know, for that sort of stuff. I've also got a chorus. So that's nice. And then the other cool thing is on this particular switch, you can see on the hold, I've got a flanger available. So if I hold down my chorus button, and if I hold it again, I get rid of that. So it's kind of pretty flexible while still being simple. And I've got a drive down here. So kind of got a full range of effects there, as well as my scenes, and I think that kind of makes sense. You could do this same sort of thing with the FM3 and an FC6, but I just wanted to kind of just show you that as a pretty simple but pretty versatile gigging preset. So that's called JC Gig FM9 2024. If you want to check that out, I'll drop that up into the Gumroad folder. The Gumroad folder, by the way, if you've not checked it out, £5 for all of my Fractal presets, which you see me build, so you can just build them from the videos if you're interested in that way. But, you know, hopefully it represents some fairly okay value where you can grab those presets if you want to check them out for yourself. Oh, you can also export and import layouts. So I'm just going to export this one here for the disco gig, if you want to check that out. So yeah, as I say, you got rhythm, lead, clean, wet. So that's switching between scenes 1 and 6 and 2 and 5 and 3 and 4, and then phaser, chorus flanger, drive delay, all that stuff. I don't know why the loop is there. You could use that for something else. I'll see you in another video soon. Thanks to G66UK. Cheers.